Have you ever been in one of those relationships where you can't decide if this person is really the one for you or not? Maybe there are some great things about them, but also some red flags you can't shake. You find yourself twisting into knots, making excuses, rationalizing their behavior. Or maybe you're painfully single, desiring a meaningful partnership, but terrified of wasting more time on someone who ends up being all wrong for you once again. You crave that soul-deep knowing that you found the right person, but it remains elusive. Listen up, because by the end of this video, you'll have a foolproof 8-step method to easily identify whether someone is an ideal, long-term fit for you or not. No more guesswork, no more regretting your choices in partners, just crystal clear input to make wise decisions. Let's dive into the 9 undeniable signs someone is flat out wrong for you long-term. Number 1, they violate your non-negotiables. We all have core values and non-negotiable life needs that are impossible to compromise long-term without immense suffering. Could be faith, wanting kids, political views, realizing dreams, or simpler matters like having an active lifestyle. Whatever your personal non-negotiables are, if this person outright violates them or you have to sacrifice them to be with this person, cut your losses early. It's not true love, it's just slapping a band-aid on a gaping wound. Lasting unions require you both being aligned on these big picture fundamentals. Number 2, you have to walking on eggshells. Psychological safety and being able to breathe easy is crucial for real intimacy and bonding. But some people are perpetually moody, vindictive, or looking to punish you with silent treatment, nagging, insults, or drama if you make the slightest mistake. If you're always terrified of upsetting your partner, or you feel like you can't be your authentic self without catching hell, this is emotional terrorism, not love. Don't stubbornly tolerate these turbulent highs and lows hoping they'll magically change. That's a recipe for becoming a beaten down shell of yourself. Number 3, they're not emotionally mature. Emotional maturity means being able to communicate properly, calmly own your issues without blame, regulate difficult feelings, empathize with others' experiences, and be a secure, sturdy partner. Signs of emotional immaturity include constant deflecting, playing the victim, stressing over nothing, reactiveness, and an inability to be vulnerable. You can't have a healthy intimacy with someone incapable of showing up with maturity and doing the hard inner work. Often early love blinds us to these glaring deficiencies, but they corrode the relationship over time. Don't ignore warning signs of emotional constipation. Number 4, your values are incompatible. Values form the core operating principles we use to navigate life. Things like loyalty, adventure, security, status, creativity, or service to others. When two people's values are misaligned, you'll inevitably experience constant friction, frustration, and feeling deeply misunderstood by that person. If your partner sees the world through a starkly different values lens trademark than you, getting on the same page long-term is extremely difficult. You'll struggle respecting each other's decisions and be pulling in different life directions. Shared values allow a harmonious synergy. Number 5, they treat you with contempt. According to relationship experts, contempt, mocking with derision and disregard for someone's feelings, is the single greatest predictor of separation and divorce. It represents utter disrespect and violation of the care, trust, and reverence needed for love. Even if it's just snide comments or dismissive eye rolls, never tolerate a partner treating you with contempt. It creates unshakable resentment that becomes emotional cancer. Everyone makes mistakes, but true remorse and making amends is very different than sustained disrespect. Don't confuse the two. Number 6, you've got wildly mismatched love languages. Love languages represent how we give and receive love best. They include words of affirmation, quality time, gift giving, acts of service, and physical touch. If you're someone who deeply craves verbal compliments, for instance, but your partner shows love physically, you run the risk of constantly feeling deprived, unseen, and unfulfilled. Conversely, forcing love in ways unnatural for your partner breeds resentment on their end. Differences are fine and help us grow, but completely opposite love styles make it excruciatingly hard to get on the same intimate page long-term. Harsh incompatibility here is a deal breaker. And number 7, you can't untie their childhood baggage. We all have childhood experiences and wounds that shape our attachment styles and adult patterns. Diving into romance without first becoming a whole healed being is a losing proposition though. You can't truth love someone else until you love yourself fully. If your partner remains crippled by traumas, addictions, emotional unavailability, or maturity deficits stemming from their upbringing, you'll forever be caught in a toxic cycle. Real change requires rigorous introspection. They have to commit to themselves. Playing therapist endlessly rarely works. Number 8, you can't truly be yourself around them. One of the greatest joys of a healthy relationship is having a sacred space to be authentically, vulnerably you without judgment, to not have to perform or hide parts of yourself for once. But if your core essence isn't celebrated and embraced by your partner, that's hugely invalidating. Maybe they ridicule your goofy sense of humor or recoil at the passionate parts that make you. Don't stick around in hopes of changing them. That's a painful erasure of your identity. True love should fortify your self-confidence, not slowly dismantle it. Number 9, the intimacy is lackluster. Great relationships aren't just about personality compatibility, they thrive on sizzling physical and emotional intimacy too. True lasting partnerships require that white-hot chemistry, that rapturous loss of self whenever you're tangled up together. Without that smoldering, intimate spark, you'll inevitably feel like you're settling for a friend instead of a consummate lover. If the attraction is lacking, if you don't feel a profound soul bonding when you make love, if conversations never quite go deep enough to sate you, that's a huge red flag. This person may not be your forever soulmate match. You need to feel utterly ravished, emboldened, and worshipped by your partner's presence, words, and touch. Anything less means a pivotal dimension will be painfully missing. Real, sustainable intimacy comes from total vulnerability, exploration, and being turned on by each other in every single way, mind, body, and spirit. It's a visceral, energizing life force that flows between two people who have achieved total, unabashed openness. If that level of closeness and passion remains trapped beneath the surface, you'll end up living parallel but separate lives, slowly drifting apart over time. Don't ignore the absence of that raw, electric intimacy. So there you have it. 9 clear signs someone is not the right long-term fit for you, no matter how desperately you might want it to work on sheer willpower. Ignoring these neon red flags guarantees profound unhappiness and regret. But what about the reverse? How do you spot someone who is an ideal, beautiful match for building an exceptional, lasting relationship with? These are the green lights to watch for. First and foremost, all the deal breakers we covered are emphatically not issues. You both are fundamentally compatible on the big things like core values, love languages, emotional makeup, life goals, and respecting each other's personal boundaries. But beyond that basic foundation, there's a synchronicity and symbiosis where you're both unabashedly yourselves, yet your energies amplify each other in profound ways. This person innately gets you on a soul level and has an enlivening effect. There's open appreciation and care for one another's quirks and specialness. Crucially, this ideal match is a mirror that reflects back the grandest parts of yourself you sometimes forget. The inseparable companion who celebrates your spirit, nurtures your growth, challenges you to keep evolving, and holds your deepest dreams as sacred. With them, something powerful is co-created that's far greater than the sum of the individual parts. There's a profound sense of being seen, cherished, and adored for the totality of who you are. Luminous spurt and stressed shadow alike. You feel like the ultimate power couple in a league of your own. When you know, you'll know it in your bones. No more second guessing, no more uncertainty. Just an abiding clarity and truth that this person is the one you want forever, standing by your side, elevating and uplifting you. They're the rare soul partner with whom you experience that mythic, ferocious, unconditional love. And the best part? You already have everything within yourself to vet partners and recognize this extraordinary fit whenever it shows up. Simply be still, tune inward, and observe with uncompromising self-awareness. Don't rationalize or ignore red flags from that primal wisdom voice screaming at you. Don't get dazzled by superficial highlights if glaring mismatches are evident. And have the courage to walk away from anything but the highest ideal counterpart. Only then can you experience the euphoric power of real, everlasting love and sacred union, the certainty you were waiting for all along. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.